The fourth Great Ninja War didn't start with a skirmish, it started with an earthquake. This is part 5 and the finale of What If Naruto Found a Hidden Uzumaki Bunker. Hope you enjoy. Obito Uchiha had unleashed an army of 100,000 white Zetsus. Beside him, Kabuto Yakushi had desecrated the graves of history, summoning the strongest ninja of every era using his reanimation jutsu learned from Orochimaru. The allied shinobi forces were holding the line, but barely. They needed a miracle. But the miracle was currently sitting under a waterfall on a remote island in the land of lightning, staring at his own reflection. The waterfall of truth, a place where you must face your true self. Naruto sat on a mossy rock, his reflection stared back, not with red eyes or evil eyes, but with exhaustion. The dark Naruto was just a tired boy who wanted to stop fighting and attain peace. "We can just sit here," the reflection whispered. "Let the world burn. We've done enough." Naruto didn't fight him, he didn't lecture him, he just stood up, hugged his reflection. "I know, I'm tired too. But Naruto says the rest is for the dead. And we aren't dead yet." Reflection shattered into light. The path of the inner temple opened. Inside the temple, Killer B was waiting. He expected Naruto to struggle, to fight the fox for days like in canon, but not necessary here. "Yo, baby steps," B rapped. "You gotta wrestle the beast, put him in headlock, don't cease." "No wrestling," Naruto said, his eyes hardening. "This is an eviction." Naruto sat down. He entered the mindscape. The sewer was gone now. Naruto had remodeled it years ago into the Uzumaki Vault, but the cage remained. Kurama the Nine-Tails loomed behind the bars. "So," the fox moaned, "the war has started, and now you want my power to save your precious friends." "I don't want your power," Naruto said. "I want your cooperation." Naruto raises his hands, the seal on the gate. The spiral paper burnt away. The gate swung open. Kurama didn't hesitate. He roared, a massive claw swiping down to crush the boy. "You arrogant brat, I will eat you alive." But Naruto didn't have to dodge. Clang. The claw stopped inches from Naruto's face. Massive spectral golden chains had erupted from the floor, wrapping around Kurama's wrist, neck, and tails. Naruto Uzumaki stepped out from behind Naruto. The ghost was fully manifested in his mindscape, looking like a warlord of the old era. He looked younger too, like at his prime. "Kneel, beast," Naruto commanded. The chains tightened. Kurama was slapped into the floor on the mindscape. The fox struggled, roaring, firing tailed beast bombs like there was no tomorrow. But the adamantine chains held, absorbed the chakra instantly, and nullified all of the tailed beast's attacks. Naruto walked up to the pinned fox's snout. "I'm not Minato. I'm not Kushina either. I'm not gonna seal you away in a tiny ball. I'm offering you a choice." Naruto placed his hand on the fox's nose. "You can stay, pinned here, prisoner in your own home, forever. Well, I guess while I'm alive. While I use your chakra as a battery. Or, you could stand up. We fight Madara together, we fight the Ten-Tails, and when it's over, I break the seal completely and you can walk free." Kurama stopped. He looked at the boy. He looked at the chains around him. He looked at the ghost of the whirlpool standing like a guard. This wasn't really a request. It wasn't a treaty between equals. "You would free me? After everything?" "I keep my word. That's my nindo." Kurama snorted, then he grinned. "Fine, but you better drive, kid. If you hesitate, I'll take the wheel." And with that, Naruto fist bumped the fox's snout. Outside on the island, the temple roof blew off. A pillar of golden chakra shot into the sky, visible for miles. Naruto stood in the center, cloaked in the Kurama chakra mode, burning like the sun, with the black sealing marks of the Uzumaki running down his arms. "Let's go," Naruto said. The war that followed was a slaughter. On the coast, the 4th Raikage's division was being overrun by white Zetsus and revived Kage. On the plains, Kakashi's division was fighting the 7 swordsmen of the mist, but the real threat was in the desert. The rest of the 4th Division, led by Gaara, was facing the greatest threat in history. Mu, the 2nd Tsuchikage, summoned a coffin. The lid crashed down. Madara Uchiha stepped out. The real Madara, not the pretender Tobi. "This is not my time," Madara muttered, looking at his reanimated hand. "Who summoned me?" He looked down at the army of thousands of shinobi and cracked his neck. "Well, a warm-up." What followed was an absolute massacre, like in canon. Madara Uchiha tore through the allied forces like a scythe through wheat. Taijutsu, fire style. Even as Susanoo, He dropped 2 meteors from the sky, crushing half the division alone. Gaara and the Tsuchikage Onoki were battered, barely standing. Madara floated above them, bored. Is there no one who can dance? Suddenly a golden flash appeared on the horizon. It wasn't a flying Raijin, but raw, unadulterated speed. Naruto Uzumaki himself slammed into the battlefield. He landed like a meteor strike of his own. The impact wave blew the white Zetsus back hundreds of feet. Madara narrowed his eyes. That chakra. The nine-tailed fox. Naruto stood up, the golden cloak flickered. He looked at the devastation Madara had caused. Naruto, status. Reanimated bodies, Naruto analyzed. Physical damage will be useless. They regenerate. You must seal them. Got it. Naruto clapped his hands. Uzumaki's secret art. Golden spider web. Hundreds of golden chakra chains shot out from Naruto's back. They didn't target Madara yet though. They targeted the undead army. The chains pierced the chests of reanimated soldiers. Reanimation relies on talisman in the brain. The chains surged with sealing script, overriding Kabuto's control instantly. Within 10 seconds, 300 reanimated soldiers froze, wrapping in golden cocoons, sinking into the dirt, sealed completely. Madara raised an eyebrow. Uzumaki chains. I haven't seen those since Mito. Madara leaped down, his gunbai fan in hand. Let me test you personally, boy. He breathed fire. Firestop! Majestic destroyer flame! A wall of fire a mile wide rolled toward Naruto, but Naruto didn't have to use water. Tailed beast bomb, Rasen shuriken! He combined the heavy purple chakra of the beast, which he now controlled, with the cutting wind of his signature jutsu, and threw it. This power was enough to cut the fire in half. The tailed beast bomb detonated behind Madara, vaporizing in mountain rage. Madara shielded himself with his Susanoo, but he was pushed back nonetheless. He laughed. Finally! Someone worth killing. While Naruto engaged with Madara, another figure entered the battlefield from the shadows. Sasuke Uchiha had arrived. His eyes were bandaged no longer. The eternal Mangekyo Sharingan spun with a complex geometric shape. He had gotten a power-up of his own. He saw Naruto fighting a legend. He saw the Alliance struggling. Always showing off, Naruto. Sasuke drew his sword, but not to attack the Alliance or Naruto. He attacked the Zetsus trying to flank the allied forces. Madara to flames incinerated battalion in seconds. Sasuke? Sakura landed beside him. Focus. We're gonna make sure no one gets in Naruto's way, because else this will look bad. Naruto sensed Sasuke's chakra. He jumped back, landing beside his rival. You're late? Traffic was bad, Sasuke quipped. He looked at Madara. That's him? The ancestor? Yeah, he's strong. Infinite chakra, mortal body and all. Then we burn him till nothing's left. Like with that pagan guy, Sasuke said. And I see you've gotten some power. But don't be impressed about yourself. I've done that too. Watch this. Susanoo! A massive purple Susanoo, kinda similar to Madara's, complete with legs and armor, rose around Sasuke. Simultaneously, Naruto expanded his chakra. The golden avatar of the Nine-Tails materialized, actually wearing samurai armor. Kurama Susanoo. Avatar. Madara looked up at the combined might of the two young shinobis. He smiled, a terrifying, bloodlusty grin. Perfect. He clapped his hand. His own Susanoo rose, blue and colossal, dwarfing mountains. Show me the power of this new age. The war had now escalated to the battle of gods. The legends of the past faced the masters of now. But in the shadows, Obito Uchiha was not out for the count yet. He watched, waiting for the moment to summon the 10-tailed beast and end reality as we know it. When Obito got enough chakra of the 8 and 9 tails, one through actual battle with the 8 tails, as well as from the 9 tails with the Gold and Silver brothers, he was finally able to resurrect an imperfect and incomplete, but still a 10-tailed beast. As soon as it happened, the battlefield was no longer a desert. It was now a crater the size of a nation. The 10 tails had risen, a grotesque, towering monument to destruction. Obito Uchiha stood atop its head, screaming for the end of the world, and Madara Uchiha stood beside him, waiting for the fruit to ripen. The allied shinobi forces were breaking. Even with Naruto's chakra cloaks protecting everyone, the sheer scale of the 10-tailed beast bomb was overwhelming. Continents were shaking. Naruto and Sasuke stood at the front lines. They were exhausted, bleeding, and running on fumes. Even with their improved power compared to canon, Madara was too much to handle. We can't get close. Its chakra skin burns through Susanoo, Sasuke shouted. Naruto, I need a solution. How do we stop a force of nature like this? The ghost of Whirlpool stood in the center of the mindscape, his spectral form flickering. He looked to massive scrolls lining the walls, knowledge accumulated over centuries. You cannot kill nature, Naruto, but you can contain it. There is one seal left, the master seal of all Uzumaki seals. It was never used because the cost is too high. What's the cost? It requires a sentient soul to act as the anchor. Not a sacrifice of life, but a sacrifice of existence itself. The anchor is erased from the cycle of reincarnation, never to live again. No, I'm not sacrificing anyone, Naruto froze. Naruto smiled, a rare, proud expression on the warlord's face. You do not have to. You already carry a soul that has lingered on too long. A ghost who's ready to sleep. No, old man, no. I'm a chakra imprint, Naruto. I'm a memory and ink. Use me. Become the greatest sealing master in history to end this war and save countless lives. In the real world, the Ten-Tails opened its mouth, ready for a new blast. Blast capable of wiping out the entire Shinobi Alliance began charging. Sasuke, get me to the head. I'm ending this now. Sasuke didn't have to ask how. He saw the resolve in Naruto's eyes. Susanoo Chidori Light. Sasuke channeled his remaining chakra into a lightning bolt, cutting a path through the Ten-Tails' wooden spikes. Naruto ran up the blades of the Susanoo sword, his golden cloak flaring one last time. Obito saw them coming though. It's useless, you cannot fight destiny. Obito launched black receiver rods. Naruto didn't have to dodge. He let them pierce his shoulder, his leg, his side. He didn't stop running. He tackled Obito, slamming a Rasengan directly into his mask. Crack. The mask shattered. Obito fell backward, stunned. Madara, do it now! Madara sighed. You were always too impatient, Obito. Madara performed a hand sign. Black rods erupted from Obito's body, forcing him to weave the resurrection seal. Madara's reanimated body crumbled, and he was reborn. Flesh and blood. Blind, but alive. The real Madara Uchiha. And he instantly started to absorb the Ten-Tails into himself. The beast vanished. Madara floated in the air, now skin pale white. Wearing the cloak of the Six Paths Sage, he had become the Jinchuriki of the Ten-Tailed Beast. Infinite Tsukuyomi, Madara whispered, flying towards the sun. Launch. Not yet. Naruto and Sasuke were in the air. Sasuke swapped places with a piece of debris, appearing right behind Madara. He sliced Madara in half, but Madara just laughed. His body regenerated instantly. I am immortal. I've now become a god. You cannot kill me. He blasted Sasuke away with True Seeker orbs. He returned to Naruto. And you, Uzumaki, you are nothing but a pest. If Yashirama couldn't bring you down, what do you expect to do? But Naruto floated before him. He wasn't in Kurama mode anymore. He was in base form, but his skin was covered in glowing red script. The ghost of the whirlpool was overlaying his entire chakra network onto Naruto's body. I'm not a pest, Naruto said, his voice doubling with Iruta's. I'm the master sealer. I'm the jailer. Naruto clapped his hand. Uzumaki art. Adamantine heaven's prison. These weren't chains, it was like a construct. The sky turned gold. Thousands of massive spectral pillars slammed down from the heavens, boxing Madara in. So much that he couldn't even see the moon to activate the Tsukuyomi. Madara tried to break them, Truth Seeker orbs, but the black orbs hit the golden pillars and just dissolved. What? This chakra, it nullifies the six paths? It's not chakra. It's a soul anchor. I'm sealing your very existence into the void with my mentor. Now, Naruto, let me go! Naruto screamed. A red spectral figure, Naruto Uzumaki, ripped itself out of Naruto's back. The ghost now flew into Madara's cage, wrapping his arms around Madara, hugging him tight so that they would both enter nothingness together. Get off of me! I am the savior of this world! You are a nightmare, Naruto whispered into Madara's ear. And it's time to wake up. Naruto slammed his palm together. The golden pillars collapsed inward, crushing Madara and the ghost into a singular point of light. It shrank, smaller and smaller, until it was just a small, black kanji floating in the air. It read, The End. The kanji burnt away, into nothingness, disappearing into dust. Madara was gone now, and so was the Ten-Tails, and the voice in Naruto's head was gone too. His mentor was no more, along with his greatest enemy. The war was over. Naruto fell from the sky. Sasuke caught him with Susanoo arm, lowering him gently to a shattered earth. The infinite Tsukuyomi was never able to launch, and the moon remained clear. The allied shinobi forces stood in silence. Then a chi erupted that shook the remaining mountains. Naruto lay on the ground, staring up at the stars. He felt empty. The bunker, his master Naruto Uzumaki, was gone. It was empty. The scrolls in his mind were silent. He's gone. Sasuke stood over him. He looked at the peace, at the cheering soldiers. He looked at his own hands. Are we doing this? The revolution. Do you really want to fight me, Sasuke? After I just sealed a god? Sasuke looked at Naruto, battered, exhausted, but holding a power that was able to erase Madara Uchiha himself. He scoffed. No, I'm not suicidal, but I'm not going back to a prison cell. I know. We'll figure it out. That's what Hokages do. After everything was said and done and the war was over, it was time for the trial of Sasuke Uchiha. But they didn't try to execute him or put him in a prison cell, especially with Naruto as basically his lawyer. And he tried his best. He showed them all of Naruto's intel that he got from Sasuke. He explained how he helped during Pain's invasion of Konoha, as well as during the Fourth Shinobi War. And so, combined with Sasuke himself, it was decided that he was free to go, but he would spend most of his time outside of the village. But instead of in canon, he wasn't just wandering around to atone for his sins. He was actually doing a favor for Naruto too. He was hunting for old Uzumaki artifacts. He spent years tracking down the lost mask, the scattered scrolls, and the remnants of the Whirlpool clan, sending them all back to Konoha for Naruto to see. It was his way of saying thank you to the ghost who saved his soul, as well as Naruto, who saved his life from a lifetime of prison. Then there's Kakashi Hatake, who became the 6th Hokage, and his reign was great. It was known as the Golden Restoration. But let's be honest, it was basically just holding a seat warm for Naruto. The real power was, and always will be, Naruto Uzumaki, but he didn't take the Hokage throne just yet. Him and all of his friends decided that they wanted to do the Chunin exams again, since they never really got a chance to. Then he became Jonin, and then finally, after enough time, he became the real Hokage, but not quite yet. As for the Nine-Tails, he kept his word, and Naruto opened Kurama's cage. He could have left, but realized something. The world is boring, and Naruto is loud, annoying, but also interesting, so Kurama stayed, not as a prisoner, but more like a roommate and a friend to Naruto, for his everlasting hope. Another thing that changed was what happened to the old Uzumaki district. The old, broken down houses that Naruto saw many times as a kid. He didn't want to leave them as ruins. He rebuilt the compound and opened the vault, the real physical bunker where he first met Naruto. It stopped being a secret base and became somewhat like an academy for sealing jutsu. The Whirlpool Sealing Academy. Shinobi from the sand, the cloud, and the mist came to learn about Uzumaki culture, history, and their great sealing arts. For the first time in history, the terrifying art of sealing wasn't a weapon of war, but a bridge to communicate and to foster greater friendship between all clans and villages. Naruto taught them that the seal isn't about locking things away, but really connecting two things that shouldn't fit together initially. And flashing forward 7 years, it's now the day of his inauguration. It wasn't a sunny morning, it was raining, which is a callback to the land of rain, maybe, or just typical Konoha weather. Naruto couldn't decide. He stood on the balcony of the Hokage Tower. He didn't forget his cloak this time. He wasn't knocked out by his daughter, he was standing there, fully aware of the weight on his shoulders. He adjusted the hat. It felt heavy. Below him, the crown chanted his name. Lord 7th, Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki. Sasuke was there. Naruto saw him in the glimpse of an eye, leaning against a wall in the shadows, a small smile on his face. Sakura was there too, the head of the hospital now, looking proud. Hinata was there, holding the hands of 2 children who had whiskers on their cheek and way too much energy. Naruto stepped up to the railing. He looked out over the village. He didn't see buildings, he saw the chakra network. He saw the barrier seals he had designed humming in the air, protecting the village from any threat, including tailed beast. He saw the peace he had built with his ink and blood. He tapped the seal on his stomach. We made it, old man. I hope the afterlife has a good sake for you. He waved to the crowd. the wind picked up, swirling leaves around him in a spiral, and for a brief moment the chakra around him flickered, not orange, but deep, spectral red, like Naruto never left. The ghost of the whirlpool was gone, but the legend of Uzumaki, that was just getting started. That is the story of how a lonely boy found a ghost in a basement, and together they sealed hate away from the world. I really hope you enjoyed the series and this video. If you did, please click like and subscribe and comment down any suggestions that I should do in the future. And I'll see you on the next one.